So guys, real quick, before I get into the video, I just want to preface this by saying that this was like the most life-changing experience of pretty much my entire life. Like this kind of trivialized everything else I was going through and continued to go through after this happened. So this wasn't just like a normal trip or whatever, and thankfully I vlogged it. And I didn't even know if I was gonna like make it a YouTube video or anything like that. I just wanted to vlog the experience just to have it and document it. So, to put into perspective how much it changed everything, I recorded the actual experience months ago. I think it was on June 17th, and then it kind of went into the 18th because of like the AMs and whatnot. And then I'm recording this now on January 6th, like this video. So I guess it was like 6 months ago, essentially. It was like the highest dose of shrooms that I've ever taken, and then some other stuff on top of that. But I'm just gonna let the experience be what it is. This is kind of just like, it's not like raw footage. I'm gonna like cut it up a little bit because there's a lot of like me pausing and stuff like that. So that's pretty much just what I'm taking out. Everything else is just pretty much all the footage I have. So when it comes to psychedelics, particularly, I'm not super like well versed in that. Leading up to this experience, I had like a few mushroom experiences under my belt, but that was my only experience with like classic psychedelics. And I've tried other hallucinogens like DXM. I don't think I tried salvia yet, but I tried like nitrous, weed, THC. It's technically a hallucinogen. Most people know that, but yeah. So I had plenty of experiences under my belt at this point. So I thought I had seen it all, especially on like high dose DXM trips. I thought I was like, whenever like I was in the moment, I was like, oh, this is life changing. This changes everything, and then like I'm able to think about my life in a completely different way and whatnot. And then I'm like, oh, whenever I get out of this trip, everything's gonna be different. I'm gonna change for the better and whatnot. And then you get out of the trip, and then it's pretty much just like waking up from a dream. You're just like, oh, and then you're just normal again. This was not that. This wasn't that at all. This like put a permanent change in my perspective. Like I said, I don't want to get into it too much because this video is just supposed to be the documented trip. So I'm not gonna get into like the specifics of anything. But just so you know, just so you're prepared, or not even prepared, just so like you're prefaced, just so you understand like where my mind was at. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so leading up to this experience, I had been depressed for several years, and I heard for drugs like mushrooms in particular, you want to make sure you're in a really good headspace before you take them, and that's like how you avoid having a bad trip, which worked in the beginning, but yeah. So I had been like kind of sitting on these for a little bit. Like took them a little bit, or like some from another batch, some from like mushroom bars or whatever. I was kind of in like my mushroom phase, and then so I was pretty much just waiting for like a weekend or something like that where I felt like pretty good, in a pretty good headspace. And then that came. I was in a good headspace for like 2 to 3 days straight. So I was like, all right, I've been sitting on these for a while. Let's just do it. Let's do a heroic dose. So I took 5 grams. Well, actually, okay, technically it was 4.9, but I'm just gonna say 5 grams would have made a difference. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. It was extremely life changing, and I'll get into that in another video. But yeah, here it is. Let's go, y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna vlog this whole thing. However, I've just consumed 4.9 grams of mushrooms. Don't know the strain, but they are mushrooms. So this should be fun. But I already noticed my pupils are already dilated, I think. So I can't really see it by looking at it, but like looking in the mirror, they look a little dilated. Yeah, this should be fun. I'll update you if anything happens. Okay, so things are starting to escalate a little bit. I think I'm 45 minutes to an hour in, roughly. And because I've just been playing Tetris, so there we go. When I got up from playing Tetris, I noticed my door looked really weird. Like, it almost looks ominous and like wider than usual. So that was interesting. And then also, I thought this looked really pretty. Like this, like the design on the lines and stuff. I thought it looked really cool. But that's basically all for now. I noticed my while I was playing Tetris, like I'd get like random like body sensations, which Tetris looked pretty normal, to be honest. I thought it'd start getting kind of trippy or whatever, but it stayed pretty normal for the most part. But I feel like I kept getting this feeling like, okay, well, my whole body right now kind of feels like kind of tingly or whatever. I feel kind of light. Bro, my balls will start tingling too, which is funny, like just randomly. Another thing to note is that I feel like this come up has been better than a lot of my other come ups. It's very gradual and like, I don't know, I feel like some of my other come ups, I've had this like sense of impending doom, kind of. Kind of like this, like, oh no, what have I done type shit. But I just feel good, dude. I feel excited and I feel great. I think part of that was, one, because I ingested, pure shrooms, whatever, no chocolates this time, because I hate chocolate. But, also I took it with some food. I took it with these, like, late July chips, and oh my god, it was perfect. Like, I didn't taste them at all. It took me a little bit to get them down, but, like, those were good. So I think, like, my stomach is more settled than it usually would be, because I try to check out on an empty stomach, so, it takes less time to kick in. But, yeah, feeling good. Well, yeah, because usually I have, like, this kind of bad feeling in my stomach, like that feeling you get when you've done something wrong, or you feel, like, guilty or whatever, and you kind of feel that sinking feeling in your stomach. I don't feel that right now. So, I just feel good all around. So, but yeah, I'll update whenever, in like 30 minutes to an hour or something happens, I don't know. Okay, one more thing. This towel kind of looks like it's moving, or like it really wants to move. It kind of looks like it's moving. Like a little bit. It looks more like it's kind of like leaning, like it's kind of wanting to go like that. And it kind of just feels like everything's coming alive. That's the best way I can put it. Everything's just kind of like I feel like in the state I'm in now, it's more plausible for everything to be alive than it was whenever I was sober. If that makes sense. Yeah, it keeps looking at like the towel's like turning to face me. And also I noticed like when I look at my skin or like my face, it kind of has an unusual blur to it that's almost rainbowy. Like a very hint of rainbow. It's interesting. I feel like I could look at anything right now and it'd be like the most entertaining thing in the world. So I don't really know what to do. It's like I could sit in here, keep looking at stuff. I could go play Tetris. I don't know what to do. I feel like I could do anything. But yeah. And that's kind of like the pitfall I feel like I fall into. Like, I feel like my mind just like gets so far expanded on shrooms that like I can think of everything that I can do, so then I don't do anything just because I'm like, the possibilities are endless. I don't know what to do, and like the thought process that would take me towards doing something only leads me to thinking about doing other things. So you kind of just get stuck at a certain point. But I feel pretty in control now. I don't feel like I'm crazy yet. So, yeah. When shit starts getting real, then I'll update. Okay. So I think I'm at the point now where I guess where I won't be able to vlog much more after this. Yeah, shit's really moving now. And like my sense of scale is kind of like going in and out of being not what I expect it to be, I guess. Like, it almost looks like my body or like things around me are inflating at some points. Also, my voice sounds kind of weird. Oh my god, I've been looking at the camera. That's trippy. Yeah, it's just a camera effect, but like, I'm definitely seeing tracers for sure. Yeah, I saw that update. Oh yeah, and like objects in my room are starting to become scary almost. Like the doors and like the curtains. They're kinda tweaking a little bit. So, however, things aren't moving as directly as they were whenever I peaked at my last trip. So, but then again, it's only been like a little over an hour. I think it's been an hour, 30 minutes. So, yeah. Wish me luck. Okay, so shit is like really starting to move now, and it's like if I can visualize. Oh god, even looking at myself, that doesn't look good. Um, so like if I visualize how something would be moving or whatever, be like, I could be like, okay, I'm okay if that spins. I can visualize it, and then it's fine. But the most jarring thing, and I think that's a little scary, is that shit is popping out that I wouldn't expect it to, or whatever. Cause like, you think of shrooms, be like, oh, this is swirling, that's kind of moving, whatever. But it's like the random things that I'm not even thinking about that are starting to move or like pop out. That's like really, that's what I guess really makes a psychedelic. Cause I could just like imagine what this would be like if those things weren't there. Like things that I can't keep using the word thing. That's not very descriptive. But like, I don't know. Like I guess shadows that's happening, and then like random flickers of light. It's mostly things on my peripheral. What the fuck? Sorry, that was. God, I'm tripping. Also, everything looks like it has like a face now. Like, I start to look at some stuff, and then once it looks like it has a face, then it starts to be scary. Like, I'm looking at my entertainment center, and like, there's a lot of black and a lot of white, and like, the white is kind of like turning into eyes or like teeth, and then I don't know, I just feel like everything I look at is like facing me now. Or it's like everything's kind of turning into a person, or it's like I'm interpreting it that way. I don't know. Oh yeah, my bookcase. That's something that's. I guess because it's like big and kind of. I feel like if I don't keep looking at it, that it turns into this big monster in my peripheral. And it is. It's like I don't know what to do. I can't just like keep staring at it. I could, but like if I'm staring at it with my peripheral, then it's worse. So, also, yeah, looking at the video is that's really trippy. Which I feel like part of that is just because of the video, but yeah, it looks kind of weird. And also, I feel very detached. Like I feel like what I'm looking at isn't me, and that's kind of fucking with me. So let's keep it going. Okay. So I feel like at this point things are escalating, to say the least. I don't know, it's just, we're looking at myself, that's just a trip. So, that's cool. As, it would appear I'm getting to the point where it's hard to talk. So, oh yeah, I was looking at the, I was listening to the Blink-182, like their self-titled record or whatever, and I was looking at the cover art, and it was like swirling around everything, and it started getting like 3D, which is really cool. And I was like, it looked like it was a visualizer, but it's not. It's just the still image. So it's so crazy, but like it was all swirling around and whatnot, and swirling isn't even the right. It looked like the circles are like the rings, where like they're coming out, like they're kind of like, it was kind of like rocking back and forth as well. I don't know, it was cool, but yeah. So I think I'm at the. It's 1:10. Okay. I think I'm starting to get extreme time dilation. Cause I feel like I looked at the clock and it was like 1:03 maybe, like 30 minutes ago, but it's 1:10. It's only been 7 minutes. I think logic itself is starting to fall apart. Something else I keep thinking about is like, God, like there was no shot I'd be able to fake being sober if someone like popped in right now. If someone popped in my room right now, that'd be like the worst thing ever. So that's a thing. Also, I guess apparently I'm very smiley as well. Okay, I'm at the point where, okay, one, my pupils are extremely dilated even in the light. That's like, yeah, I'm tripping. And then also looking at myself in the mirror, it looks like a different person. Attaching that to myself is like kinda trippy. It looks like it's someone else and it's starting to freak me out. Even the video right now, like it looks like I'm watching that. Which, yes, I am watching it, but look like I'm watching a video. It doesn't look like it's live happening and it's me. And then the mirror. The mirror I think is more trippy a little bit. Huh. This is gonna sound weird, but like the mirror is like 3D now. If that makes sense. Like, yeah, okay. No, that makes sense. No, cause like the mirror it's a flat thing. It looks like there's actually something on the other side. And it's getting hard to talk both physically and internally. Like thinking about the words and constructing them, but also I'm starting to slur my words, I think. Yeah, shit's getting real. Yeah, it just doesn't matter what I do. Everything is pretty entertaining. It doesn't matter what I look at. Look at myself, that doesn't look like me. No, that's a different person. But then if I look at an object, it's like alive now. So, even if it isn't alive, it's definitely moving. Definitely. I Alright, that's enough recording for now. Maybe I'll update in like an hour or something. I don't know. Okay. So looking at myself in the mirror, like, not looking at myself entirely, but just, okay, also, every time I move my fucking arms, god, tracers everywhere. Anyways, but it's not even like a normal tracer, it's like, anyways, so like, when I look at myself, I'm able to fixate, like if I fixate on like a certain body part, let's say, then that one becomes like expanded. Oh my god. It is very hard to focus, and at that point. Okay. I can't stop laughing. I can't focus. But yeah. It's hard to know where to look. Like, it almost feels like body dysmorphia at this point. If I look at one point, it's like grows bigger. At another point, it gets bigger, or some stuff gets smaller, and then it's like, I almost look like a caricature of myself, kinda. It's not like a Picasso at this point, not yet, but it's like, we're getting there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, nothing's subtle at this point. I think everything's pretty much moving. It could be moving a lot more, but it's moving. Alright, I think I'll shut up now. Okay, one more thing. Something that is starting to become more apparent, and that brings itself up whenever I'm having a lot of these trips, and on any hallucinogen. It can be DXM, which DXM is a big one for this concept I'm going to get to. I can say it. It's like a domino effect. Like I'm really feeling the concept of certain things outweighing others, or whatever. And it feels like everything's kind of falling into place. Kinda. Like, oh, this is the way it is because this is outweighing that, or this goes on top of that. And then that's, like, this overpowers that, and that's why that's the way it is. That sounds so fucking stupid, dude. I know I sound retarded, like a hippie, but I don't know. This is certainly interesting. And also, dude, if I keep fixating on my nose, that gets really, like, it starts getting really big. It's like, oh, my nose isn't that big. It just keeps getting bigger. And then it's like, oh god. It kind of feels like body dysmorphia. Like, you know, sometimes you look in the mirror and, like, you start looking at a certain body part, and then you're like, oh, maybe it is kind of big, you know, bigger than it should be, and whatnot. But this is like that times like 1,000. Like, it's like, no, your nose really is bigger than it should be, because you're fucking tripping balls. You know. Alright, I think I said enough. I mean, you know, if I want to pick up the camera and say some more shit, then I will. And that's it. Yep. I feel like I'm experiencing a lot of synesthesia. I think is the term for it. Like everything is kind of morphing into one another. Not like visually, or not just visually, but like my thoughts, what I hear, what I see, what I taste, and especially what I feel. Like what I feel and what I see, those are the two big ones. But like everything else is all just kind of morphing together. So it's nice though. I feel kind of comforted. Yeah, I guess I feel kind of comforted. Yeah, I feel kind of cozy. But also, my emotions are like, I feel like they're very, I can't take the word for it, but like, they can go one way, and then they can go another way. In like, the matter of a second. Like, it's like, oh, I'm really enjoying this. Oh, that's really scary. Oh, I feel really good. No, don't do that. Oh, you know. It's interesting. Okay, I don't think I'm tripping. Well, like I am, but I think that's just a video. I think that just looks weird, no matter what. Also, I think I'm at the point where it makes the most sense to kind of shut down and just like listen to music. Just kind of almost completely let go. And I guess just not really do anything. Just let the shrooms do what they do. Let it run its course. Yeah, it is cool. I don't feel very real. What? I feel more real and not real at the same time. So, the concept of realness, that's interesting to think about. I could go either way. Oh man. But yeah, I guess I have nothing to add, really. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna relax at this point. Well, then that makes me think, okay, what have I been doing? And I don't know. So, I think there's a detachment now from doing things and like thinking about doing them. I guess because usually it's like one and the same, but now it's like not. So it's like certain things are coming together and like everything's kind of blending together, and then certain things are like more detached. And I feel like I can do certain things because I'm so used to doing them, like talking or moving. And yeah, so it's like pushing a button. So I'm not really thinking about doing them. I'm just doing them. But like, it's almost like at the same time things are like coming together and pulling apart at the same time. Like both visually and when I start to think about things. So, alright, but yeah, like I said, wind down time. Wind down, I think. I may not have to. But this seems like the thing that makes sense to do. Okay, so something I'm starting to realize is that the different parts of a mushroom trip are they're different things. Like they're not they're not as in one of the same as I thought they were. Like if you think about the come up, it's not like it feels like it's leading up to something or whatever. Or that's kind of how you think about it. But it's not. It's its own thing. The come up was its thing, and then what's happening right now is another thing. So it's hard to like. I feel the point I was trying to make. I keep, yeah, my forgetfulness is kind of reminiscent of deliriance. So, yeah, whenever I'm talking, I keep not thinking. I keep thinking. um. I keep thinking. Like, I don't know how specific I need to be. Like. Or if I'm talking like generally to get my point across, to put my thoughts into words. Like, oh man. When I'm trying to say something, I think of a general way to say it and a more specific way to say it. And those are like, those feel like two very detached things. It's like hard to know which one to say. There. God. And then, yeah, my original point. Yeah, the come up, that's its own thing. The peak, or if this is the peak, that's its own thing. They aren't. It doesn't feel like it's. The come up is leading up to something. It's like. They just seem like individual things. So. I guess that's just. Along the lines of what I've been saying. Like, everything kind of feels very. Like. Everything feels different and all the same at the same time. So. This is just so weird to interpret all this. And I feel like I have to share this. And I have to, like, keep doing this video. But yeah, I just like how smiley I am. And how much I'm laughing. I can't believe this is like, technically what I'm doing right now is illegal. Just because it looks like, I know, like just taking something that makes you feel good it isn't necessarily a good thing because you're gonna keep doing more of it, and I guess you should invest your time into other things, but this feels like so much more than that. There's like so much happening, it's indescribable. Yeah, I don't think this is something that should be so sheltered, you know? And so what's the word? It's so hard to think. I think that's part of why I'm laughing so much and what makes this experience so enjoyable. Because I'm not really worried about much else. It's like whatever I was worried about, or even whatever I was trying to think about a second ago, darts out of my mind, you know. It puts you in the moment. I'd say that for sure. Which is cool. I think you should do more things in general that put you in the moment. Man, it's really fun to think about anything. It's like it doesn't matter what I think about. It's all fun. It's weird. I'm at the point where I'm thinking about this experience in the past tense at this point, which is kind of weird. Which I feel like that means I'm not on the come up anymore. I don't know. But yeah, I feel really good. Like my body feels really nice, and like everything just feels great. Yeah, nothing feels really bad. I wonder if this is like what Molly feels like. But at this point, I don't feel anxious at all. Like anxiety is out the window, which is why I feel like maybe I'm not on the come up anymore. Yeah, this is really cool. That's it. Everything is nice. Everything feels very transformative. Like I feel like my room is transformed at this point. And so is my state of mind. This is very different from my other experiences. Cause like my other experiences, they were like kinda cool. But they had a lot of bad in them. So it was like, okay, yeah, shit's moving, that's cool, but at what cost? But now it's like, there is no cost, everything's just great. Yeah. I can see why this helps a lot of people with like PTSD and as like an antidepressant. I think happiness doesn't really get much more pure than this. It's really nice. Dude, okay. I was having a great merry old time over here. And then I was looking in the mirror, I was like, dude, I'm so pretty and everything. And I was like, oh, what's that? I look over there, I'm like, holy fuck. I thought it was my hair or some shit, or I was tripping. I'm pretty sure that's a centipede. Like, I don't think I'm tripping. That, like, God, that scared the shit out of me. Dude, like, I've never been, God, I've never been jump scared so much. God, that scared the shit out of me, dude. Oh, it's still moving. What do I do? I don't know what to do. Usually I kill them. I don't know. God, it's... God, it's so freaky. I don't know what to do. It's on the move. How did it just appear there? That doesn't make any sense. Where did they come from? Are there more? Oh my god. Okay, so yes, I'm saying that. That's real. And also, I don't know what's doing about it. Huh. Yeah, it looks really cool though. Centipedes are kind of trippy themselves. I like when it moves. God, I did not expect this. This is like scaring the shit out of me. What if it's like a caterpillar? God, it looks so bizarre. Why did this have to happen now, of all times? Let me just make sure there's not more of them. Am I good? Is y'all square? Alright, I think Oh, where'd it go? Aw, shit. No, where'd it go? Oh, fuck, there it is. I saw it, just... I feel like I'm going crazy. Okay, I think it went behind my sink. So... this is where we're at now. You know, Alice in Wonderland is starting to make a lot of sense. Oh, man. That just, like, completely threw me off. I don't know if... I don't know if I can recover from that. God. That just, like, completely set me on a completely different train of thought. But it'd be really funny if, like, it didn't even exist. This is just, it's all in my head. But, like, I know that's not real. Or that's not realistic. Because this isn't a delirium. Like, shit won't. Or at least I'm not at the doses that I'm taking. It can't manifest hallucinations like that. I wonder if I'm still, like, I think I'm still coming up. I think shit is still escalating. Okay, it's 2 a.m. So, I think 3 is when I should be able to come down. God, dude, if I combined, like, this with the delirium, that would feel, like, so scary. Cause like, I still have a frame of reference now. Like, I can determine what's real and what isn't. But if I combine this with the delirium, there's no telling. I would not be able to distinguish. Because this is more of an immersive thing. It's like, there's not any one thing that's like popping out to me. Like, not like any one full-on hallucinations. It's more like everything. But if you combine a delirium with this, God, that'd be like crazy. Because just that centipede, that completely threw me off. So there's centipedes like everywhere. I don't think I'd be able to handle that. I kind of like where everything's at right now. Yeah, God, a delirium on top of this, that'd be horrible. I mean, I just really hate bugs in general. So... okay, I don't think I'm gonna get out of here before I spot any more bugs. where they spot me. Okay, I'm back. I don't even... Okay. So here's what happened, alright. It was going great. And then... God, I don't think I've ever felt that good in my life. It's like... everything feels so good. And... I was thinking about a bunch of good things that I could do. Which just made me feel more good. And then I was crying tears of joy and whatnot. And then I guess it's like ChatGPT said, it was all fine until everything was fine until I smoked pot. I think that's how it goes. But yeah, the last thing I remember, was, my third, fourth, or fifth, good pull from a THC cart. That was it. And then at some point, it was trying to grab onto something to ground me in reality, but it just wasn't there. It was kind of like that feeling when you try to, something's at the tip of your tongue, but you just can't think of it. It's like that, but with everything. And I don't know, I'm way better now, but I'm still kind of fucked up. But yeah, I guess that's ego death. Fun. Not really. It was fun. It was the greatest thing ever until I couldn't remember anything about me. But I could speak, I could move. But my ego just fucking gone. So it's it didn't even make any sense. I didn't know that was possible. That amount, that kind of terror. I didn't know that was possible, especially because I came up from such a high. I was like, it could not get any better than this. And then, bam, I don't know who I am anymore. And then everything, we just went 100% in the opposite direction. All because I smoked weed. I pulled a fucking, what was that dude with the wings? He flew too close to the sun. Icarus? Is that right? I don't know. Yeah, flew too close to the sun. His wings burned and then he died. That's what happened with me. I was like, oh, this feels good. I'm doing more. I feel so great. And I was like, oh, there's this little thing I was holding on to, which was my ego. And I didn't realize how fragile it was. And I was holding on to it, so as long as I had a little step into my normal mindset, then I was like, okay, I was free to explore this other side of consciousness. But then at some point, I wasn't able to step in that anymore. I wasn't able to hold the hand of my past self or my memories. It was horrible. I think, time ceased to exist. And I'm still fucked up. I'm really fucked up right now. But I think it felt like it was permanent. I felt legitimately retarded. I don't know, it was I was trying to bring myself back together, and it was, so I was trying to think of certain feelings that things give me, and but it just felt so fake. Like it wasn't me. I don't know, man. All I'm saying is I've seen some fucked up shit. This is both the greatest experience of my life and the worst. So I feel like it balances out in the middle. So, in terms of the visuals, I mean, it was kind of like, after a certain point, it was just like THC visuals, I think. But like, the visuals didn't even matter. It was like, I can look around the same way I'm looking around now. Like, you have no frame of reference because you're just nothing. So yeah, you know, before I thought I wasn't afraid to die. Now I am. And I thought I experienced ego death on like DXM. Nope. Not even close. So hopefully I didn't do permanent damage. Is what I'm hoping for. Because like I know whenever people go through these things, they're you know, the worst thought in their mind is like, oh god, this is gonna last forever. And so I have to keep reminding myself, no, it's not. You just gotta like get out of your system. Yeah, this really blows. I mean, I feel better now, but god, I don't think I'll ever recover from this mentally. I don't, because I thought I was gonna do so much good in the world. Like, that's where I was whenever I was like peaking, and like it felt like Molly and like heroin had a baby, even though I never tried those drugs. But like what I've imagined they've been like, that's how I felt. Well, and I can still do that. The things I wanted to do, I wanted to like help my brother, I wanted to help my mom, I wanted to help everybody. And like, I felt so stimulated with pleasure and love that I wanted to spread it everywhere. And I thought nothing was going to stop me. And then I was like, there goes your ego. And then I was like, I didn't think I was going to be stepping into these territories tonight. You know, I thought I dabbled in ego death, you know. But that was like, I don't, because also what I'm thinking is that it could have gotten worse from there. Like, what if I was, because like I still had a little bit, and because I have a little bit, that's what made it so scary. I feel like if I went a little bit more overboard, then I wouldn't have been able to think at all. Like, absolutely zero, ego or not. But then also makes you think that, like, okay, once I eventually came down from that, I would have experienced the same terror I felt. Anyways, this wasn't good. This is so not good. I don't even know what to do now. I don't know if I should, like, oh yeah, I wanted to call 911. I got to the point where, like, it didn't matter what I thought about doing, it was all the same. Like, I was like, something needs to happen. And I was like, okay, I can put on music, or I can call to my mom, but, like, my mom, like, it didn't even make any sense. And then also, I have this language I'm speaking in my head. It's absolute nonsense. It sounds like someone's, like putting forth the effort to speak. But then, when it comes to, like, the vowels, or no, not even the vowels, when it comes to, like, the, like, grammatical, logical thing to do, and then it just fucking says, fuck that. I was talking to my head, I was like, smarter than ever, it's fucking serum, and it was just like whatever emotion I felt, that got attacked, it had this language attached to it that was just like absolute gibberish. And like I knew English too. It felt like I was bilingual. It's so bizarre. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with myself whenever I'm actually sober. Like, I barely feel good enough to do what I'm doing now. And I can hear my family members are up, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Or at least my mom is up, I think. So, I wanna go, hug my family and whatnot. Remind myself I'm real and everything. But I also kind of want to keep whatever happened here on the low key, because whenever I was still peeking, I was like, oh my god, I'm telling literally every single person I know about this, and like, I'm not, like, I feel like I was a god, like actually, but then I think I did actually become a god, which was whenever my ego went, goodbye. So, yeah, I just realized how many good things I can do, and like, also thought about all the bad things that happened, or the bad things that I had like a hero complex type shit. I was like I was so coherent enough, I still felt like myself. And like I was just like, oh my god, there's so much good I'm gonna do. And everything. And then I was looking in the mirror at myself and I was like, oh my god, I'm so pretty. I'm literally like the prettiest thing I've ever seen. And like, I cannot stop looking at myself. And I was just like, everything is great. And it was like, I had zero anxiety. Like, and like, I was thinking in the back of my head, like, oh man, this is really good. It could easily just go boop and go away. But then I was like, I kind of repressed those thoughts. But then I was like, oh, I'll get higher, I don't give a shit. But the lesson learned is that I should have given a shit. And yeah, that's what happens when you don't learn or listen. And I'm also really tired, that's another thing. So it's like, I really don't want to go back to that, what happened. The ego death thing. But I'm also really tired, and I don't know if I should like eat something or like drink or lay down, just keep listening to music. I don't know. This is a turning point for me, in one way or another. Maybe I'll do a bunch of good on the world, or maybe I'll just cease to exist. I don't fucking know. But okay, it's the next day. I've mostly recovered. But guess what? It's back! What the fuck? Why are they terrorizing me, dude? What did I do to deserve this? I guess I'll kill it. I don't know, like, cause I don't know if they're poisonous or not, like, I don't know. But it's like, how do I kill it? It's like on the wall. I could put it in a cup and throw it outside. Well, then if I smash it, then I'm gonna have a bunch of centipede on my wall. But I already have centipede on my wall. It's just not dead. So I don't really know what to do. I guess I can get a cup and like throw it outside. I think that's what I'll do. I don't know, but I just thought that was funny because I walked back in here and I was like, I just remembered the centipede and I was like, oh god, are there more? And then surely enough, it's right there. Anyways, yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna recover from what happened. That was crazy. So I really want to integrate what happened into like my daily life, even though I'm not tripping anymore. By the way, I still don't feel right. I still feel like psychologically, obviously I'm fucked, but like even physically, like I still feel high. And I took those shrooms over 24 hours ago, I think. Yeah, I would have taken it 27 hours ago. 27, 28 hours ago. Um, and then with the weed, that was uh, that would have been like 23, 24 hours ago. So yeah, I don't know. Today, I was walking around and shit. Like I didn't feel real. Like, but I also felt really real at the same time. So I don't know. I was just trying to tough it out. Live. I've been living like today, just like how I normally would, eating the foods I normally eat. Talking the way I normally would, watching the stuff I normally watch, whatnot. But on the inside, I don't feel very real. I'll be honest. So, and then, but also at the same time, I feel very real. I do feel very in the moment. So I don't know. I hope I feel. I'm gonna take my prescription sleep medicine, which is mirtazapine, tonight. Then hopefully that'll reset me good for tomorrow. And I got work tomorrow, which is that's some bullshit. But that's on me. I did. Wait. To be fair, if I just took the shrooms, everything would have been fine. It would have been. I don't know. But then also it was a learning experience. So I experienced both extreme good and extreme bad, and now I'm back in the middle. So, anyways, I'm gonna kill this fucking centipede. The more I look at it, I don't think that's the same one. I think the other one is longer. So it looks like it could be the same species. But that one looks shorter. And the other one, it crawled back there, which makes me think that there's just a whole nest of them. And what the fuck is that? Okay, it was just a shit ton of hair. Okay. See, now every time I come in here, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, where are the fucking centipedes at? And I've seen spiders in here before, but usually it's very infrequently, and they don't just appear on the walls while I'm fucking tripping. Anyways, I'll I don't know. I guess maybe I'll capture it. I think that because the only reason I don't capture bugs a lot of the time and I just kill them, throw it away, is because it's quicker. But when it's the size of a centipede, and they're not spiders, I'm pretty sure they are not one of those bugs that they mind their own business and get rid of all the annoying bugs. So, and they could be poisonous or venomous, whatever the fucking word is. So. But if I smash it, then I have to clean it up off the wall, and then I have to clean it off whatever I smash it with. If I get a cup, then I just go boop, and then slide a piece of mail underneath, and then just take it outside. Maybe that'd be easier. Okay, I guess I'll do that. I don't fucking know. I'm tired. I just want to go to sleep. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I don't think I slept, to be honest. I was still fully awake and conscious by around... Okay, at around 6 a.m. is when I started, regaining my ego back. And then that's what I was telling myself, because at around between 5 and 5:30, that was when the shit really started to hit the fan. So, and that was when I was just absolutely terrified. And the only thing I could hold on to was hope. you know, that's all I had. And time was ceased to make sense, but all I knew is that, like, it was moving really slowly. Even though I didn't quite understand what that meant, I was like, out of pure instinct, I'd look at my phone just to check what time it is, and, you know, like hoping it'd go quicker. And every minute just felt like an eternity. It didn't matter what I did. I couldn't stop trying to remember who I was, and the feeling of not being able to ground myself with anything was just absolutely terrifying. And I tried to let go, and I tried to just like enjoy it and, you know, just ride the ride, but like I couldn't. It was just pure terror. So yeah, that takes the cake for the scariest experience of my life. And I don't know if I said this whenever I like finally regained somewhat of my ego, and then I was able to make that shitty recording before. But oh yeah, then another thing. So the visuals were like kind of machine like. There was like kind of like cogs everywhere and whatnot. And I think the visuals weren't anything you couldn't get off of. I think the THC kind of. I don't think they muddied the visuals. They did kind of pair together, but like. I don't know, that was the thing. And then my body just felt like kind of numb, but like also warm. And then I could move around and talk fine. And I could speak English if I wanted to, but my preferred language was like this gibberish that would just, it was just random consonants and vowels that that just came out based on what I was feeling. So like so if I like tried to say in my head like I can't remember anything, it'd come out I was like remember that so complete nonsense, and it was like this with everything, but it made perfect sense. Like I don't know, but yeah. And then what I heard, whenever I was experiencing the ego death, it was like it sounded like. And I'm not religious, but it sounded like what heaven is like. Like, it sounded like peaceful, like almost like there was like an ambient, calming, like, tone in the background. It sounded very quiet, but like, not just straight quiet, not like a scary quiet. It sounded peaceful. Like, it was almost like I faintly was hearing like birds chirping, and like, just kind of like, that's not a good tone. That was horrible. It wasn't like a whining thing. It was just like, I don't know. It like if you just picture what heaven sounds like, I think it was like that. And then I was like, shit, maybe this is like, and that made me believe I was like, maybe I'm supposed to be enjoying this, but like, I couldn't. It just like literally like that, because I was able to like keep one foot in, one foot out, like during the entire trip, and then after I smoked. It just went out the window. So, and I don't think, like, the thought of doing literally any drugs, like, absolutely terrifies me. I don't know if I want to do drugs again, like, ever. I'm gonna be honest. Like, because I've always been pretty much pro-drug. Oh god, it's moving. It woke up. God damn it. Okay, well, it's because I'm yapping. Okay, well, I'll keep an eye on it. God, it's moving fast. I guess it's got a lot of legs, so that makes sense. Okay, I guess it stopped. Yeah, after I smoked, like, after like my third hit, I think, it was just like, eventually I couldn't remember anything. And then I was like, wait, what? No, remember. And I was trying to grab at like my memories, and then like I like myself, and it was just gone. And I was looking at like at my shirt and shit. I was like, Blink-182, Ethan, that's like your favorite band. And like, I was trying to tell myself that, but it meant nothing. It was just completely gone. And it was so scary. But yeah. And I had a previous experience that was the most scary experience of my life, like a few weeks ago, when I, because I was originally prescribed Seroquel for sleep, and they had me up to 300 milligrams, which was ridiculous, complete overkill, but that's just what I was on. And then I actually got off of that because I kept having like delirium before I went to bed, like something akin to like Benadryl. Like it actually felt like a delirium. And Seroquel was apparently anticholinergic, so that makes sense. But technically, though, it's still not a delirium because it's not as anticholinergic um, as diphenhydramine or doxylamine or Datura. Anyways, yeah. So at the night, I wanted to try it because I'd been on mirtazapine for a while because I wanted to compare the two. Big mistake. And the biggest mistake on top of that was that I smoked weed with it as well. Don't know why. I can't remember like the order of events, but like I think I took it, and then it's moving, and then I smoked weed again, and then I smoked weed because I feel like I was thinking like, okay, by the time because the weed will kick in quicker, and then I'll just fall asleep. But then that kind of defeats the purpose anyways. I don't know. I think I was just like getting kind of. I think I was getting bored of like. I guess like having a normal night's sleep. I was like, let's spice it up a bit, that's the problem I had with Benadryl in the first place, was that like I got addicted to it because of like how crazy it was, and like it just kept drawing me in, even though when I take it I would be terrified 95% of the time, I'd say. There was a few times where like my very first trip, that was actually kind of fun. It was like fun in like a horror movie kind of way. Then most of the ones after that were absolutely terrible, and I just regretted it, but then I couldn't stop doing it. So anyways, yeah, I think that was part of the why I took the Seroquel. But anyways, I had like 3 or 4 like false awakenings, and I didn't know what was real and what wasn't. And not only was I experiencing a delirium, like going off into my own head, and like all this crazy shit was happening, I was also, like I would jump up from my bed, start screaming at the top of my lungs. My family members would come in, and I was getting dragged away by shadow people, and then randomly I would just slope to the floor and then wake up again. But it was a false awakening, so it wasn't really real, and it just kept happening. And then by the time I finally actually woke up, I didn't even believe it. I was like, I don't believe that I'm up. And the thing with Seroquel, especially 300 milligrams, it knocks you out, like both mentally and physically. Like it is extremely difficult to move. So, but I had to force myself to move and stay awake. And then after like 4 hours, I was able to go to sleep. And even then, like I still had the wacky fucking dreams. But anyways, that was the worst experience of my life. But that was like 3 weeks ago. And then now this takes the cake easily. And the difference between that experience and like, because then before that it was like my delirium trips with like Benadryl, and but the thing is I was able to, because I took SSRIs with it, so I was able to still stay somewhat sane, and I didn't know that those like dampened the trips. I didn't know that, but because I was taking like 700 or 800 milligrams, and I was like still able to stay pretty sane, even though I was tweaking hard, and I was talking nonsense, so then it was disturbing. Like my brother has videos of me. It was disturbing, and the shit I saw was really scary, but it never touched me, right? The hallucinations, like, it was like, I could see it, it looked super real, but if I tried to touch it, I didn't feel it. The only thing you felt is, like, you can feel bugs crawling on you. And, like, I kept getting what I like to call phantom bug bites, where it was, like, it just felt like I was getting bitten, but, like, there was no bugs. And it felt as there was bugs crawling on me, but wasn't a thing. So, I should probably catch it before it gets too high. Starting the scale. It's getting kind of high. I don't, because part of me just wants to be lazy and be like, it'll be okay. But okay, what if I'm like just like, what if I'm just chilling in here doing my business, and then it fucking crawls on my legs and bites me, and then I have to like go to the hospital or something. These are conundrums I face on a day-to-day basis. And then also, what if there's more? I don't know. I think I'm done yapping now, though. So, yeah, I think that's everything. So there it is. That was my experience. And I don't know. It was I suppose my thoughts like right after the trip pretty much came true, which was like uh when I was like, I don't think I'm gonna recover from this. That's it's pretty much true. I mean, I've kind of recovered, I guess recovered, but I will never forget this ever. I think about this trip almost every single day, or at least I still carry the trauma of it with me because so it pretty much actually did cure my depression. None of my other mushrooms trips did. None of my other hallucinogen trips did. DXM, whatever. This did. This legitimately cured my depression. However, it also made my anxiety a lot worse, or at least it allowed it so that my uh, my anxiety was no longer overshadowed by my depression. So like like my anxiety sort of took center stage, and I kept having for actually for reasons like this trip was the groundwork, let's say, and for reasons like after that, um, so like still doing drugs and whatnot, I started having more drug induced panic attacks, and then I started getting panic attacks like existential ones while just completely sober, and so and I'm still dealing with that as we speak. However, I think I'm on the tail end of it. I've been like coming to terms with it and learning how to control it and whatnot. And the thing is, it got so bad at a certain point where it started to loop back around, where I was starting to get depressed again because of how anxious I was. So yeah, if it, but it did help overall, 100%. Um, and whether it helped or not, it was still life changing, regardless. But I'm mostly like I guess my old self now, but kind of like out with a bad and with a new type of thing. So still though, I think that easily could have happened if I didn't mix substances, and that's what I want you to take away from this video, if anything at all. You never want to do that with anything, even if it with hallucinogens. Generally, shit will get scary, and you'll see your reality fall apart. With like other drugs, like you're with drugs like if you're taking like pleasure seeking drugs like opioids or alcohol, benzos, stuff like that. Which benzos isn't really pleasure seeking for medicinal purposes, but anyways, uh, drugs like that, and you're mixing those will just like kill you basically. So with hallucinogens and stuff, it won't kill you, but like you'll wish you were dead. So in general, just don't mix substances, just at all. Even if they're technically harmless, they're it's never harmless. So that's pretty much it. I'll definitely go into it more on another video. Just break down everything that happened, maybe things that I didn't mention, uh, or that I didn't like vlog during the trip, and how it's affected my life up until this point, in more detail. But for now, yeah, that's pretty much the trip. I hope you enjoy. I mean, at least if you don't follow my advice, I guess at least I hope you enjoyed, um, or something. Or if you didn't enjoy it, at least learn from my mistakes. I don't know, something. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out. Stay genuine.